Hi everybody, Benita Hutchison back again with yet another in our goal setting series. Today what I want to look at is, what do you do when you encounter major internal resistance? So say for example, you got up this morning, you're going to eat healthy, you eat healthy, and then damn it, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon and you're plowing back the chocolate bars or the chips. Now that's easy, just to beat yourself up and go, yeah, I'm failing at this goal that I set. Or you can get curious. Why am I doing this? What part of me is doing this? It might be sabotage. It might be something else. I remember being in a really dysfunctional work environment several decades ago, and coming home one day, and I'm sitting in front of my computer going through my personal emails, and I have a bag of President's Choice chocolate chunk cookies in my lap. 15 minutes later, the bag is empty, and I had no memory of having eaten them. Now, at that moment, I could have beaten myself up and gone, oh, geez, Benita, what are you doing? Instead, I got curious. What part of me is losing so much energy in the work environment I'm in that it has to immediately, as soon as I get home, try and get that energy back? That was my wake-up call that said, it's time I left that building. It's time I left that profession, because where I was losing energy too. And when I'm business coaching, I'll often talk about that. You can get a great paying job, but if you have to force yourself to be there every day, you have to use your personal energy to make yourself be somewhere that doesn't feel right for you, it's costing you. You're not earning, you're losing. So that's one of the things you can pay attention to. If there is self-sabotage, don't be angry at that part of you. It's actually trying to help you. I know this sounds really weird, but remember, your core patterns, most of them have been there since early childhood. They are trying to help you based on what was happening in your life at the time the pattern was created. So for example, if you've got some extra weight on you and your feeling is nobody will really notice me, and you go, but if I was really slim and really healthy, people would notice, people would give some attention my way, and that would feel really good. This is just one scenario, right? One example. But if as a child, it was safer to be invisible, if you were in a volatile household and it was keep your head under the radar, then the last thing you want to do is be visible. So the part of you that still thinks that's a really scary concept might prefer that you keep the weight on, not because it actually does make you invisible, but because the pattern believes it does, right? You can be heavy, you can be tall, you can be slim, you could be short, it doesn't matter. Your visibility has a lot more to do with whether or not you're willing to put energy out there that people can pick up on. So wherever you're at, if you're feeling good in your body and you put that energy out into the world, you're going to get a response back. And chances are, if you feel good about where you're at, people are going to respond positively. Most of the time, the judgment we get is what we expect to get because we're actually projecting our own judgment of ourselves. So that's one example where you're wanting to do something that you think will be really good for you, but some part of you is stopping you based on what's happened in the past. Maybe you want to get up and you want to be a public speaker, or maybe it's something you need to do for your work. You have to make presentations, but you stutter or you forget your words or you're too scared to get up. And you don't know why, because maybe you're even excited about the material you're going to present, but something is stopping you from doing it well. Again, it could be early childhood where maybe you got in trouble for speaking up. Maybe you weren't allowed to have a voice. And now that part of you is going, well, this is dangerous, because it doesn't know that the person or the people who used to criticize you for speaking up aren't in the room. So there are steps you can take to help those parts become conscious. One thing you might try is to feel into where in my body am I feeling the emotion around this situation? So for example, if you said, I'm going to eat healthy, and you found you say a whole bunch of things you had told yourself you wouldn't eat, what's the feeling you were having at the time? Can you tune into that feeling? And then can you connect with the part of yourself that has that feeling? And invite it to come all the way up, look out of your eyes, and look at the current situation. So it can see, I'm in an adult body, I have other choices now. And if you keep allowing it up and you keep letting it become visible, it's gradually going to become conscious, and it's going to start making different choices because it now will know that it can. Right? I used to have a part of me that if it thought somebody was in authority over me, would just freak out and get scared. And over time, I invited that part to come up whenever I was dealing with people that I was employed by, and it could see me handling things in a different manner, and it could become confident along with me, so that that fear isn't there of, oh, that person's in authority over me. It's like, no, we know our own sense of authority now. We can speak up, we can be clear, and we can get our needs met. So patience, just like working with any child, children need patience, they need repetition, they need encouragement. Rather than beat yourself up because you broke your goal that you were trying to set, again, be curious. What part of me participated in not following through with that, and why? Because then you're going to get so much more out of your goal setting. It won't just be, hey, I'm reading more, and I'm exercising more, and I'm eating better, and I'm sleeping better. It'll be, I know myself better now. And if I'm not doing something that I would like to be following through on, I know how to tune in and find out why, so that more and more of me is coming along for the ride. And over the more than 40 years that I've been doing this work, I've developed other techniques for helping you to access the parts of you that got stuck in those patterns at those different ages and stages of your life, teach you how to parent them and support them to come to consciousness. So there's more of you loving and accepting you as you are, and supporting you to grow and develop in whatever ways matter to you. So if you're not sure how to go about doing this, please reach out to me. I would love to support you on that. And again, have fun with the goal setting. Be light about it. Be gentle with yourself. Because if you're beating yourself up because you're not following through on something, you're not going to enjoy the process, and you're sure as heck not going to stick with it. So be gentle. Remember, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. And if you take that step back and sit with it and go, okay, all right, why did that happen? And remember, just the fact that you're aware that you took a step back, that's growth in itself. Because now, whatever you did, you're conscious of that. And what are we all here to do but to become as conscious as possible in this life? So remember, in anything you're doing in your goal setting, the number one thing is you're becoming more conscious. Why do I do this? Why am I having a hard time doing that? Is that my path? Am I going off my path? It's all about increasing our awareness. That's the number one thing. Anything else, it's just icing on the cake. So in the end, could you be healthier? Could you be wiser? Could you be happier? Could you have more energy? Probably. But the number one thing is, if you're more aware, chances are the choices that you make in life are going to be the ones that work for you. So I'll leave you with that thought, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.